Right now at 6, an alert day. Storms rolling through the area. Our First Warn weather team is tracking it all.
And a News 8 exclusive. We travel to Pope Leo's hometown.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. We are in an alert day. Some spots already seeing severe weather make their way through. This is video of a tornado spotted moving near New Richmond. Reports say it was moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. There are also reports of touchdowns near Roberts and Spring Hill.
This is video on I-94 near Elk Mound. As you can see, the camera is shaking a bit. The wind and rain just hitting drivers.
Those storms also damaging these power lines off Highway 53. Crews from Xcel Energy and the La Crosse Fire Department are on scene. Southbound lanes of 53 currently closed and being detoured. Xcel Energy says 50 to 500 customers are currently without power. Let's now bring in Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart with the latest on this line of storms.
Yeah, and a clarification on those winds are actually behind the storm. So as you saw, the dust too has been picked up. So this is all wind not associated with the storm. It's actually with the cold air coming behind it. So a lot of that damage, actually, we might have continued to see some damage because of just winds outside of the thunderstorms as they gust 55 to 60 this evening too. So right now, if you look outside, that is dust in the picture in La Crosse. It's getting pulled up from the southwest. You can see the haze out there. Very strong winds are around this really strong low pressure system is pulling up that dust, and that's why we're going to see a lot of wind tonight, dying off, and then more wind as we go to Friday along with colder conditions. So for the most part, the severe threat is pushed east of the area. That's a storm that we were tracking all night from Black River Falls all the way up to Spencer. Did have the tornado, at least a couple of them confirmed ones. We'll see what the damage looks like, but that is pushing to the northeast. Overall, that tornado warning is now in Marathon County and pushing to the northeast. You can see the rotation there coming through the area, so that did confirm something on the ground. Otherwise, big picture shows all that activity quickly pushing the east. Those numbers are the wind gusts behind it. Look at that, 55, 63 at Rochester. We've had in the 50s here. That'll go on for a few more hours, so that's really going to be the tail of, we could see a little bit more damage just because of that wind activity. So we also had a lot of hail going on, and we'll track out these winds. As I mentioned, they're going to go on for a few more hours. Tomorrow we have more wind, but the other thing we're going to see is a big drop in temperature. Today we actually got up to 87 behind this actual fronts. Yeah, and by Saturday, about 25 degrees colder than what we are right now.
All right,
so
a little significant right there.
A little bit drop. So yeah, it's going to be a little almost chilly going in for this weekend for some.
All right, it's good to keep in mind. Thank you, Greg. Well, as Greg alluded to, we've been following that line of storms that made their way through Clark and now touching into Marathon County. Let's get a look on the ground live in our Storm Runner with meteorologist Nicole Skalicki. Nicole, what do you have?
Yeah, we're just right now tracking through Loyal, which is just north of Neillsville. We did see there's a confirmed tornado just east of Loyal. There's been small amounts of damage through town. We did see quite a few amount of law enforcement officers with their sirens on passing through. Might have been most, if not.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting some spotty reception out there.
On the way here, but.
And Nicole, we'll check back with you in a little bit. Nicole, thanks for what you're doing out there.
And La Crosse emergency shelters are open until 8 p.m. The shelter sites are Copeland, Luth, Wittenberg, and Haas Parks. City parking ramps are also open and available.
And a reminder, you can always track weather 24/7 with our First Warn weather app. You can get it at the App Store or on Google Play.
Authorities are asking for information in a La Crosse shooting. It happened today on the 900 block of 5th Avenue. According to the La Crosse Police Department, at least one person was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. 28-year-old Deontay Booth has been identified as a person of interest. Call La Crosse Crime Stoppers at 608-884-TIPS with information on his whereabouts.
Emily Berge is kicking off her 3rd congressional district campaign in La Crosse. She is the 2nd Democrat who announced her candidacy for the 2026 election, joining Rebecca Cook, who announced her bid in March. Berge is currently the Eau Claire City Council's president. She says her campaign will prioritize being available to her constituents.
I'm always one to, when I get an email or people have questions, I'll call them up and, offer to meet them for coffee. I'm very available, even if they don't agree with me or if they have questions. I think that's really important in public service.
The winner of the Democratic primary will face off with the incumbent Representative Derek Van Orden in 2026.
La Crosse County's senior nutrition program is expanding its service zone.
So who will be getting the much-needed meals? Our own Grace Monk has the answer.
Starting next month, the Aging and Disability Resource Center will offer senior meals in West Salem and Bangor. La Crosse County's senior nutrition program is branching out. The ADRC will serve meals twice a month in West Salem at the Hazel Brown Light Memorial Library. In Bangor, meals will be served once a month at the John Bossard Memorial Library.
I would say we found that we're most successful in a community center type of setting. The library is perfect for that. People feel welcomed.
The meals will coordinate with the library's movie screenings, making it the perfect blend of food and fun.
Not only is it a nutritious meal, so getting your nutritional needs met, but also socialization. Congregate dining is huge when it comes to just coming to a site, connecting with people.
The ADRC currently offers congregate dining in La Crosse, Onalaska, and Holmen. Site manager Mark Barton says he's witnessed the benefits firsthand.
Oh, it's fun. Everybody's talking and having a good old time.
Seniors can reserve their meal by contacting the ADRC. Reservations need to be made at least 24 hours in advance. In Bangor, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Mental health services were showcased at the Sparta Free Library today. 25 different organizations came to the Monroe County Suicide Prevention Task Force Career Fair. The fair aims to raise awareness about the services available to those struggling with their mental health.
You never know what's going on in somebody's life right now. They may look perfectly fine to you, but inside there's just chaos, or there's depression, there's anxiety. So we want them to know that there are like the outlets that they can go and talk about those situations with.
The event also offered pet therapy with the Cooley Region Humane Society.
Blue lights and badges filled Riverside Park today to honor fallen heroes. La Crosse Police hosting the county's Peace Officer Memorial Ceremony during National Police Week. The event paying tribute to officers who died protecting their communities, including La Crosse Police Officers Perry Gates, Frank Greschner, and Joseph Don Dellinger.
Of law enforcement officers who lose their lives in the line of duty, whether it be through a car crash or some other event. And I think it's really important to remember the service that they provide to our community and the service they provided to their communities when that happens.
Law enforcement from across the region gathered as part of the nationwide celebrations. Coming up, humble beginnings. I visit Pope Leo's childhood neighborhood in Chicago. Friends and neighbors on how his selection is inspiring change for a village in need.
Sleepy Hollow Commercial Truck Center. We'll upfit your truck with anything you need to get the job done. Dump beds, flatbeds, we've got them. Snowplows, we've got them. Auto glasses, spray and bed liners, we got you covered. We'll prepare your truck for anything at Sleepy Hollow Commercial Truck Center.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Lasting Exteriors. Our highly trained technicians can install the complete water management system for your home with our exclusive custom gutters, gutter helmet, and helmet heat. Gutter helmet is filter free, so it will never clog, guaranteeing you'll never clean your gutters again. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
If you've been waiting for the best time to buy furniture, this is it. The King Furniture Memorial Day sale, where everything in our showroom has been reduced. Find huge savings up to 60% off throughout the store. And don't forget, you can trade in your old furniture for savings on something new. Plus, we'll haul it away and deliver your new furniture free. These deals only last through Memorial Day weekend, as we will be closed Memorial Day to remember and honor our nation's heroes. Don't miss the King Furniture Memorial Day sale going on now.
It's Hy-Vee's one-day sale. One day only. Friday, May 16th. Get pork chops, just 99 cents. Fresh Express garden salad, just 99 cents. Pork and beans, just 59 cents. Chicken of the sea tuna, just 77 cents. Hy-Vee yogurt, just 49 cents. Plus, save on Lay's chips. And you'll find even more great deals across the store. Save in-store and online. Friday, May 16th, only at Hy-Vee.
Sleepy Hollow Commercial Truck Center. We'll upfit your truck with anything you need to get the job done. Dump beds, flatbeds, we've got them. Snowplows, we've got them. Auto glasses, spray and bed liners, we got you covered. We'll prepare your truck for anything at Sleepy Hollow Commercial Truck Center.
The new head of the Catholic Church grew up just a few hours from western Wisconsin. I went down to Chicago to see how a young Robert Prevost lived. On the balcony at St. Peter's Square as millions of Catholics cheer his arrival. A defining, unforgettable moment for Robert Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV. Leading 1.4 billion Catholics, a massive responsibility for a man whose journey started right here, a humble 750-square-foot home in Dolton on Chicago's South Side. But time has taken its toll. The Pontiff's neighborhood, a far cry from the bustling Catholic village he grew up with.
The Pope's house right there. I saw a drug transaction happen.
A couple blocks over, his childhood church, St. Mary's, sits vacant and in desperate need of repairs. But last week's papal announcement has rekindled Dolton's spirit.
Oh, I have to salute Pope. You know, we love you. I'm blessed to have now, the Pope now blessing everybody, the whole wide world.
I've seen people come and pray and touch the Pope's house and begin praying. I even saw a lady come in that tree right there. She took the branch off and the leaves off. She said, I'm gonna take it home as a souvenir, connect with God some kind of way. Or I just feel like this right here is helping to heal us.
There's a belief that the connection to Pope Leo in that little house on 141st Place will change the community for the better. But Catholicism teaches that faith without works is dead. The Pope isn't the only one who can make a difference.
God certainly works through popes, certainly works through bishops, but not always. And God also works through the average believer.
A believer like Joe Hall, who intends to resurrect St. Mary's into a place of prayer, workforce development, clean energy, and free broadband for dozens of neighbors.
Just trying to be an anchor for the community again.
That was all planned before he knew about Pope Leo's connection to the brick and mortar. So now, there will be one extra service within its doors.
We have plans on reopening the food pantry, and we'll name the food pantry after the Pope.
Bob Prevost can't be everywhere at once as Pope, but as long as Dolton loves thy neighbor, he won't have to. Fellow colleagues of the cloth, like Father Mark Francis, who studied with him in Chicago, say the Cardinals who elected the 69-year-old White Sox fan hit a home run.
Bob, Pope Leo, he's not a showboater. He's not someone who has to be the center of attention all the time.
He says Catholics will see a man of wisdom and love.
Anything that goes against looking at every human being as an image and likeness of God is something that he's going to be concerned about.
Father Francis says he would be shocked if Leo doesn't visit the United States during his papacy, but it likely won't be a top priority. We will have more news ahead, but first,
we definitely have windier conditions continuing through Friday, even Saturday, and that means also the temperatures are falling. We'll break down how fall we'll see this weekend and how wet it's going to be for next week. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Hi, my name's Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 79. Chlorine in city water can cause dry skin and bad taste or odor. If you notice these issues, call us today at 608-781-8088.
It's customer appreciation time at Wesco, and we're saying thank you with exclusive savings on furniture and bedding, and your deal is just one spin away. Every spin wins, whether you're upgrading your bedroom or furnishing your dream living room. Now's the perfect time to save in style. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Stop in and spin before this deal rolls away. And don't forget to tell them Peyton sent you.
Ah, it's deer season.
Already? Nice knowing you. We gotta hide.
No, not that deer season. Deer season. It's that time of year when you can get $3,000 off at an authorized John Deere dealer.
A deer season that saves bucks?
That's right.
It's deer season, now through June 2nd.
Visit Tractor Central today to find out why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
It's a John Deere day.
It's the Memorial Day sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, with store-wide sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. Only at Drury's will you find beautifully tailored sofas and chairs, handcrafted bedrooms and dining rooms, a huge selection of premium leather, and the designers to help you put it all together. Shop top manufacturers like Daniels Amish, Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, and Stressless. Great sale prices, 24-month financing, and even free gas. Now, during the Memorial Day sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Hi, my name's Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 79. Chlorine in city water can cause dry skin and bad taste or odor. If you notice these issues, call us today at 608-781-8088.
Well, the good news, most of the activity, we are pretty much done with it for the rest of the night. It has pushed to the northeast. The tornado watch is still out there, but a lot of these counties will be removed here shortly. All that activity pushed east. Our bigger story going to the wind is going to be the wind overnight. But this line produced quite a bit of hail production. Hail, we had sizes over 3.5 inches in Eau Claire, and a confirmed tornado there as we're tracking with the Storm Runner. Otherwise, we had not as much wind, but the wind is the bigger story behind this front, and just straight line winds coming through, and that'll be the story going throughout. But most of the night we'll have a few clouds here and there. It'll be mostly cloudy, even some dust in the area you'll see outside right now. That'll continue through the evening. The low begins to push further to the northeast of our area, and then by the time you wake up, the winds will begin turning around. They'll be a little bit less than they are right now, and then they'll start increasing towards the morning. But look at the clouds will start increasing also. So the bigger story tomorrow is going to be increasing winds during the late morning, early afternoon, and the cloud cover is going to start increasing because all that precipitation and that low that's up to the north are going to be working its way into the areas. So we'll start off dry, but in the afternoon we'll start seeing showers beginning to approach Eau Claire probably in the afternoon, and eventually a little bit later for La Crosse. It looks like the evening commute could be wet for some areas. It'll be spotty showers, but the bigger story will be the cloud cover, the cooler conditions, and the wind that'll continue to the evening commute. And as that low begins to continue to rotate to our north, we'll continue to see showers throughout Friday night and in early Saturday morning. Now the winds are going to die off a little bit this evening before they start really picking up, as I mentioned, towards the late morning, early afternoon. So by the time you wake up, we're starting to see gusts about 20 to 25, especially further north and west you go. Overall, about 15 to 20. So not too bad in the morning with the winds, but by noon, we're going to start seeing gusts over 35 to 40. And then in the afternoon, especially in the higher elevations, could be 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts out of the west direction. That'll be the big story, along with the cloudy conditions and the rain showers coming in. Friday night, we'll see breezy conditions, not quite as strong, but still those winds will continue all the way through Saturday, just won't be as strong on Saturday and out of the north. Temperatures tomorrow, more sun towards the south area, so we'll get more into probably the mid 70s. Further north, more clouds will come in a little bit earlier, so more upper 60s, low 70s. So quite a drop for a lot of areas from what we had today and the last several days. Then as we go into Saturday, we'll have decreasing clouds, eventually a little bit of cloud, well, actually cloud cover will continue Saturday. Temperatures get back into the 40s, that wind will continue, and then Saturday, it's just not going to feel that nice. Unseasonably cool to even chilly. Temperatures further north could be in the mid 50s, along with a northwest wind that'll be out there about 15 to 20 miles per hour. It's not going to feel quite like May anytime, really more like early April with this type of conditions. As we go into Sunday, more sun, less wind. So the better of the 2 days, the temperatures will come up a little bit, especially further south. We'll be in the mid to upper 60s. Our average right now should be around the mid 70s for most areas, so still quite a bit of a below average. So a cool weekend, dry, more sun. Now going into next week, we have a series of systems coming through Monday night all the way through Wednesday as a low comes up to the north. Now this takes into account the rain that some areas have seen overnight, but a lot of this rain actually is going to be coming Monday night of next week through Wednesday. And there could be some areas that pick up 2 to 3 inches of rain. So if you got any type of plans going on Monday night through Wednesday, you might be able to reschedule a lot of that because it's going to be a wet period going on. The good news is we're not expecting severe weather with it. Just wet conditions and cool conditions too as we continue with the 60s, even 50s on Tuesday of next week too. So quite a change for early next week. Looks like we might dry out by the end of next week, get back to maybe 70 by next Friday. By that point, we should be about 75, 76. So we're going to be below average for a while. So really buckle up for the winds today, and then tomorrow the winds will be the story too going on, and then the weekend, it's not going to feel really that pleasant as people think it is, especially Saturday. Compared to what we've been 85 today,
Yeah.
Right.
61 with the north wind on Saturday.
Yeah, big change.
Definitely going to feel that difference.
Yes, you're going to feel it. And you got the Westby with the Norwegian Festival too, so there'll be a little bit of a change going on.
All right, Greg, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, catching on. The Packers' newest wideouts not expected to be rushed into action, says their offensive coordinator. Plus, the Twins looking to extend the longest winning streak in baseball so far this year. Jacob is next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
Kick off your summer right with big seasonal savings at Fleet Farm. Kingsford 16-pound 2-packs of charcoal briquettes are just $17.99. Suffolk's braided fishing line is only $7.99 a spool. And get a free $25 gift card with every $100 you spend on select Columbia apparel and footwear. For more of the hottest summer specials at the best prices guaranteed, stop by your local Fleet Farm or check out our weekly ad at fleetfarm.com.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra.
Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, after trading one of the most beloved players in franchise history in Karl Anthony Towns, I think it's safe to say the move has paid off as the Timberwolves are back in the Western Conference Finals for the second straight season. Minnesota took down the Warriors by 11 last night, and one of the centerpieces in that Cat trade was Julius Randle, who once again was a force with a team-leading 29 points in the contest. Everyone in the starting five for the Timberwolves was in double digits, including Mike Conley, who was a part of some Memphis teams back in the day that couldn't get past those Warriors. He says it feels good to get some revenge and be back in the conference finals.
With the team that we felt that was championship ready at that moment, hurt a lot, and then it took me another like 9-10 years to even get back to competing again at that same level. So just happy to be back in the situation with these guys. Wouldn't want to be with anybody else, and looking forward to the next four.
And that next series will either be against the Denver Nuggets or OKC Thunder, who play Game 6 tonight at 7:30. Twins looking for their second sweep of the Orioles already this season. Chris Paddock, fantastic outing. 7 innings, 3 hits allowed, and no runs. Speaking of runs, the first ones of the game coming off the bat of Deshaun Kersey Jr., a 2-run blast. And the very next pitch, matter of fact, Byron Buxton exit stage left. That's back-to-back jacks for Minnesota and make it 11 straight victories for the Twins. Well, the Packers now know how their schedule sets up after the release last night, but there are still a lot of unknowns in regards to the upcoming season. One of the question marks is how much of an impact the rookie receivers will make in year number 1. And offensive coordinator Adam Stenavich will not rush that learning process.
We have a good core of older wideouts, and then we got these 2 young guys coming in that are really special. So it's not like they have to start and be the guy at a certain position. We can kind of put them in different places, see where they excel, and kind of move them along from there.
Returning available wideouts from last year include Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, Dontavian Wicks, Bo Melton, and Malik Heath. And can I interest anyone in some morning postseason baseball tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Copeland Park? UWL back hosting in the regional round against Bethany Lutheran College, and that's a double elimination. So the winner plays Saturday at 2:30, loser plays for their season Saturday at 11. So keep that in mind if you want some weekend baseball to watch. It's not gonna be the best conditions, but hey, if it's not pouring or not lightning, I guess they'll play.
That's fine.
That's the nice thing about
Yeah.
it.
Hey, you gotta cheer on the
it's fine.
Eagles.
Good luck to the Eagles. Thanks, guys.
Okay, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lassen Exteriors. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
College, tuition, bills. Someday I'll get that new truck.
This is just where we're at right now. Someday you'll get that big truck.
We've waited 40 years for this Denali, and it's beautiful. Is the big truck next?
Some kids just never grow up.
Get up to 60% off list prices
on hundreds of items at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Incredible deals, like a modern chaise with storage that's also a sleeper, just $449. Relax and recline for just $495. An accent chair for just $169. All new Sealy Posturepedic now at Slumberland. And get a Sealy Queen mattress starting at $299. Up to 60% off list.
At the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Lassen Exteriors. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
All right, tonight, definitely windy in the evening, especially lacrosse. Could be dusty going on. That's one thing to keep in tune. Otherwise, cooler going throughout the night. As the winds kind of die off, they'll start increasing tomorrow. Bigger change is look at the temperatures. Instead of the 80s, we're back to the 60s this weekend, and wet coming early next week.
You know, 60s don't feel bad, but when we have mid-80s, it's going to feel way different.
They don't look good. Yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. We'll see you at